Imagine creating films so incredibly suspenseful that people in the audience are literally screaming, covering their eyes, but they just cannot look away. Well, welcome to today's Explainer, where we're diving into the life of the man who didn't just make thrillers, he completely revolutionized how the whole world experiences suspense.
You see, Hitchcock operated on one absolutely crucial philosophy. Fear is created by what we imagine, not what we see. And he used that exact principle, playing on our own minds, to direct absolute cultural touchstones. We're talking masterpieces like Psycho, Rear Window, Vertigo, and North by Northwest.
So where did it all begin? Born in 1899 in Leytonstone, England, Alfred Joseph Hitchcock was actually raised in a very strict Roman Catholic household, and his path to cinema wasn't exactly a straight line. He initially went down a highly technical route, attending a Jesuit school before studying engineering and navigation in London.
But beneath that strict upbringing and all that technical training, young Alfred was a really shy kid. He was just absolutely fascinated by maps, trains, and stories. And it was that quiet introspection, that internal world, that eventually sparked this massive passion for art, writing, and ultimately, silent cinema.
By the early 1920s, he got his foot in the door designing title cards for silent movies at famous Players Lasky. His meticulous attention to detail didn't go unnoticed for long, and he quickly worked his way up to writing and directing. Then, in 1927, his breakthrough thriller The Lodger hit screens, and that officially established those trademark suspense techniques we know him for today.
Moving right into the 1930s, Hitchcock became Britain's absolute top film director. Seriously, he was churning out widely acclaimed hits left and right, like The 39 Steps, The Lady Vanishes, and The Man Who Knew Too Much.
All this success obviously caught the eye of Hollywood. In 1939, massive Hollywood producer David O. Selznick invited Hitchcock to America. The result? His very first American film, Rebecca. It premiered in 1940 and completely swept up, winning Best Picture. Though, here's a fun fact, back then the Oscar actually went to the producer, not to Hitchcock himself.
Over the next 3 decades, he absolutely did not slow down. He completely redefined the thriller genre for good, delivering classic after classic, just an unbelievable run of films. Strangers on a Train, Dial M for Murder, Rear Window, To Catch a Thief, Vertigo, North by Northwest, Psycho, and of course, The Birds.
So, what was his secret to building all that tension? It was a literal masterclass in careful camera work, super clever editing, and unforgettable music. Oh, and his absolute favorite narrative trick, placing completely ordinary people in extraordinarily dangerous situations. Plus, he always kept things fun by popping up in brief cameos in almost all of his films.
Now, behind the camera, his life was a bit more complex. He shared an incredibly powerful creative partnership with his wife, Alma Riville, as well as his daughter, Patricia. Alma's editorial advice heavily influenced his work. However, his legacy definitely has its shadows. He was notoriously demanding and later faced severe allegations of mistreatment from actress Tippi Hedren during the filming of The Birds and Marnie.
As we move into the 1970s, Hitchcock's physical health really began to decline. But interestingly, even as he slowed down personally, his monumental influence on the cinematic world just continued to grow and grow. In 1980, his legendary status was officially cemented when he was knighted by Queen Elizabeth II. Sadly, just months later, on April 29th, Sir Alfred Hitchcock passed away at the age of 80 in Bel Air, California. Today, his innovative filmmaking style is still inspiring creators all over the globe. Which brings us to a big question. More than 4 decades after his passing, why does the master of suspense still captivate us so intensely? Well, perhaps it's because he taught us that the absolute truest thrill of fear always lives right inside our own minds.